From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
It's a big evening and overnight on crypto here with LALATE, with incredible news about what's going on in the cryptocurrency crash. Are we out of the crash? Are we at the market bottom? We'll be going over the top cryptocurrency coins for you to buy and which coins to stay away from. We'll understand whether the cryptocurrency crash is over or whether we have not hit the bottom yet. We'll be looking at a lot of coins across this market. If you've been with this channel for the last few weeks, I've been predicting the market crash day after day. Then on Thursday, I predicted the market crash would happen this Sunday. And it happened exactly as predicted and exactly to the price point I indicated as well. But on Monday, I said we're not at the market bottom, and we weren't. And on Monday evening, we went even lower. So where are we as we go into Wednesday? We'll be looking at a lot of coins across the board, but my message to you right now is the following. We're not at the market bottom yet, and we're not at the market bottom for this crash, and another crash is likely to happen. I'll explain to you why. In this recording, we're going to go over Bitcoin, and then Ethereum. We'll be looking at Doge, and also we'll be looking at Polygon. Look at that chart and that second dip. That is a 24-hour chart. You see what's happening right now with Polygon. There's Aave. You see the second half of the chart on Aave, and you see Engine. It looks like Polygon dipping in a second dip, and there is AMP. Yes, AMP is heading back down. We'll be looking at a lot of coins like Decentraland as well. In a big night in which it's important to understand where crypto is now, where it's heading, and where it could be in a few months, I'll be covering all that in this big recording. I predicted the crash, I predicted the day of the crash, and I predicted the magnitude of the crash, and I also told you we weren't out of the bottom yet, and we aren't. And this is Evenings and Overnights Crypto. How are you? Boy, what a few days it has been. Over the last few weeks, I've been telling viewers there were two market indicators which I specifically devise as suggestive of whether we were heading to a market crash. Bitcoin under 35,000 for more than 24 hours and Ethereum under 2,500 for more than 24 hours. And both those events were happening. We only needed one of them. And then the market crash looked very imminent. Let's go over the details, but first subscribe. This is LALATE, the fastest growing cryptocurrency channel there is. 400,000 subscribers in 1 year, a YouTube record for a reason. I have the biggest coverage of the most coins, the biggest analytics of where we're going, how we're going, the price points, and where to buy and where not to buy. I actually show you where to stay away from and where to go into so that viewers make money and they preserve their money as well. We're not here to be a pep rally or a fan for a particular coin. We're here to you to make money from day one. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record, fastest growing crypto channel. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like this video and consider becoming a member. Let's get right into the coins. So first you need to know where we are on this Tuesday evening going into Wednesday morning. I'm going to tell you right now, we're not at the market bottom. And I'm going to explain to you why in a second. Second, I need you to know there will be another market crash. Now, when that other market crash is really the telling point. And third, there's a new market indicator, not my device. I'm going to give credit to the person who said this, as to where we could potentially next land. All right, let's go over backing up no less than 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago, in the summer, early summer, coins were way up. Cryptocurrency was a market in which people were going in and getting 300% return in a few days, 1,000% return in a few months. It was the lure of cryptocurrency. And then, out of nowhere, came a People's Republic of China announcement on a Tuesday morning, 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, really slamming the mining of cryptocurrency in their country. Market went down. It was a one-day crash. Wednesday, it rebounded really well. And then on Thursday, another announcement, same time from the People's Republic of China, a more insidious, a more deeper alert that said they were going after crypto mining. The market crashed again and then rebounded on the Friday. The Saturday was a big up day. But then I told viewers, Saturday would go up by 11 a.m. and then go down. And I predicted a third market crash on Sunday. That third market crash that had no People's Republic of China announcement was the biggest and most divisive market crash of the three. It's at that point that most coins reach their lowest levels, like Ethereum reached 1900. Bitcoin reached 31,000. Doge reached in the 20s at the time. Decentraland 40 cents, 50 cents. Polygon 80 cents. Engine Coin 80 cents. LivePeer $11. And then opportunity abound. Viewers bought at that point. And within 3 days, by Wednesday, viewers were making fortunes from this channel. They got out. They bought in at those levels and doubled their money or tripled their money. $11 LivePeer, they're out at 33 LivePeer. Engine, Polygon in at 80 cents, out at $2. Countless viewers were doing this based upon my advice at the time. Decentraland in at 50 cents, out by Wednesday. 3 days, doubling or tripling their money. Reason I'm going over this is it's important to know that is now almost 4 weeks away. Those coins have not been at those price points for 4 weeks. So what happened over the next 4 weeks? All coins were doing the following. Up 3% one day and down 7% the next day. Then up 3%, then down 5%. You see what's happening? The downs are more than the ups. So progressively, coins were going down like this, slowly, but derailing. And price erosion, as I called it. And I said, this can't keep on going. Because guess what? I have two market indicators. Bitcoin under 35,000, Ethereum under 2,500. We can't keep on doing this. This is a problem because no one can make money if the coin you're buying keeps on going down. First, you're not going to do a long-term buy of it whole. You won't buy it as a long-term hold because you're concerned the coin just keeps on going down in value. So you'll stay away from ever investing in the coin. And two, you won't buy the coin and flip it in 3 days like you did, as we saw with that third market crash, because nothing's going up. It's just eventually eroding slowly. So I said, going into Friday, we need a market crash so we pop back out. We need a very severe market crash to pop back out. And I said it's going to happen. But then the biggest warning signal. I said the last time we had that third market crash was when Ethereum was under 2,200. And it hit 2,100 about Friday. I said, warning signal, the big market crash is Sunday. The big market crash is Sunday. And sure enough, by Saturday into Sunday, the coins were going down. It was heading to the market crash. The coins were getting very cheap. Aave, Decentraland getting very cheap. And out of nowhere, between Sunday and Monday morning, People's Republic of China piles on top of a market that's already about to crash or in the midst of a crash, piles on top with the most pervasive, most substantively disturbing of the three prior warnings, going after crypto mining. Market crashes. And then the confusion erupts, not here, but on social media. Social media. Doge was at that point going from 29 to 26. And people say, I bought Doge at 26, and I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to buy a lot of Doge. And they were posting there's enormous purchases they were buying of Doge. I said, what are you doing? You're not at the bottom. Doge is going like this. What are you doing? Doge is still going down. There were memes for it. There were memes. There were jokes. There were GIFs about this. People saying, I bought on the dip. I'm like, that's not the dip. I bought on the dip. I bought $2 cheaper than you. And then the person behind that bought $2 behind that person. So I bought on the dip. People kept on using these words dip. I'm like, no, it's crashing and we're not at the bottom. I said, do not buy. We're not at the bottom. So then what happened? Let's look at what happened and whether we are at the bottom or not. Spoiler alert, we're not at the bottom. Let's look at the coins so you understand why you have to look at a few coins to understand whether we are at the bottom or not. So here's Bitcoin. Here was the market crash, 29,000. And then we had a very nice rebound for a few hours. This was morning's crypto today on this channel. We rebounded, and I said I would be happy if the coin remains stable at a price point for a few hours that rebounds to its prior price point. Let me say that because that's actually two things you have to comprehend in one sentence. Let me come back on camera. The way you have a rebound is the coin goes back to where it was before the crash and stays stable for a duration that you're comfortable with. My duration I'm comfortable with is at least half a day. Back to the price point it was. Not back to the price point it was halfway through the crash, that it just comes back about 5% from how low it crashed. It crashes from here all the way down to here and then comes back to here. No, that's not a rebound. That's just, a little gaining your feet. I want it back to where it was before the crash because guess what? The coins were price eroding for 4 weeks. It has to rebound to where it was before the crash, because that's a price erosion of 4 weeks. Coins were going down for 4 weeks and then crashed more. And what is it? Comes up just here? No, I wanted to come back up to here, where it was before Saturday. I wanted to come up to where it was on Saturday. Is that too much to ask? No. And they haven't done that. No coin has done that. No coin is back to where it was on Saturday. So you clearly know you've not reached the bottom. Now, are you stabilizing, which is different than reaching the bottom? Yeah, in the case of this Bitcoin chart, it looks like some stabilization. That's good, but stabilization at a crappy price, at a bad price. Bitcoin is not. This is not a good price for Bitcoin. Let me jump into the chart right now with you. So there you go. This is not a good price for Bitcoin. This is the problem. This coin was price eroding for 4 weeks. Let's look at the longer chart. You're looking at one of the platforms right now, Gemini. Now you understand this coin before the market crash. You're looking at Gemini, one of the platforms. My mouse is in the chart, and you're looking back to May and June. This coin was a price eroding for weeks, and price eroding and price eroding. And then we suddenly have a market crash now, and it's trying to regain speed. No, it needs to get back to where it was on Saturday at least, because guess what? It's been price eroding for 4 weeks. This is not the bottom. Let's look at Ethereum. Now, Ethereum shows you're clearly not at the bottom, because look, people may have thought this was the bottom, 1,700, then popped up to 1,800, which is a $100 pop. And then back to this. Look, it's already downtrending a little bit. Now let's look at the next chart on Ethereum, which is 7 days. To make it even clear to you, look, here's about Saturday. Look, it's Saturday. Well, Saturday is about 2,100. 2,100. It's now 1,800. So it has clearly not found its bottom yet. Should you be buying? No. The translation is, why am I going over this? You should not be buying yet. You're not at the bottom. Why is this a concern? And why am I so amped up about this? And I'm not yet to amp stock. Is because if you think you're at the bottom and you're not at the bottom, you could lose your shirt. You could buy Ethereum thinking 1,900 is the bottom, and Ethereum could be $800 in a few days. And $1,900 to $800, $1,900 to $800 is not 50% of the loss of your money. It's more than that. It's almost 70% of loss of your money. And that's if you bought now. Imagine people who already have positions, which I'm going to go over in a second. Imagine people who already have positions. And these coins are not the hardest hit coins yet. I'm just showing you a few coins, folks. I'm just getting started here on what you need to know across the board. So here you go, Doge. Doge has been the poster child of silliness on social media. People were buying Doge at 26 cents, thinking that was the bottom on Saturday. And because look at what it did in just a few hours. And then when it got to 21 cents, they thought that was the bottom. No, it's not the bottom. And then some people may think this was the bottom, 16 cents. No, look at Doge right now. It doesn't require rocket science. It doesn't require a college education to look at this. Look at it. It's downtrending. It's downtrending. This is 19 cents. Let's move our mouse up to here. This is 20 cents. So it's lost a cent in about the last hour or so. It's downtrending. It's heading back down. And it's early. The time of this recording is 3:42 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Tuesday afternoon. Polygon, even more exemplary of what's going on. Here you go. Was this the bottom? 93 cents? No, because people thought, oh, I'll run it up to $1.20. Here's foolishness. Look where we are right now. We're at 104. We're downtrending. This is a big slide. This is a big slide. This was a recovery, but it was not this was a recovery, but it was not the bottom. So you see that we've already detailed a few coins that are going lower. So the messaging so far very clear. We're not at the bottom. Okay, so then how do we figure out what is the bottom? How do we figure out what is the bottom? Well, there's going to be a bottom for this crash. There's going to be a bottom for the summer. And then there is going to be a bottom for this half of the year. And here is a message I'm going to deliver to you, which may shock some viewers. First, the coins may stable out, may settle down and stabilize at a certain level, meaning that they crashed all the way down to here and then they come up, but they do not ever rebound to where they were on Saturday. They're still, let's say, 50% down from Saturday levels. So then they flatten out. They may flatten out for a week or 2 weeks, but I don't think that's going to happen. My prediction is that if you do not see a very big recovery back to Saturday levels in the next 2 days, what you're going to see is price erosion from these levels lower down. Meaning we're not going to get back to Saturday's levels, this last Saturday's levels. We're just going to flatten out, and then we're going to start our downtrend again. Slowly down 3% every day, 3% every day. And yeah, that means that Doge could be 10 cents in 2 weeks if this keeps on going. And that is what would be the very big likelihood if the event doesn't occur. So let's go over the permutations. First, where we are right now, this Tuesday going into Wednesday. We want to see the market come back up to where it was on Saturday's level. That's what a market rebound is. You fully rebound to where you are. You don't rebound 4% from losing. You lose $50 of your value, and $50 of value, and you only gain back $2. No, you have to come back to where you were on Saturday levels. That's what happened to the first market crash, the second market crash, the third market crash, the fourth market crash. All the coins, third market crash, they all came back to where they were before the market crash. We're not back to where we were on Saturday levels. If we do not get back to where we are on Saturday levels by, I'd say by Thursday, then there's a trouble. There's a trouble, and the trouble is we may never get back to those levels. And then the next concern is, where's the chart going? And if we're going like this, starting into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we're just downtrending. We will be below the lowest level you saw of this morning. We'll be below that, and we'll be getting lower. And we'll be getting lower. We'll see Ethereum in 1,200, 1,300. We'll see a Bitcoin at 28,000, 27,000, 26,000. We'll see Doge at 12 cents, 13 cents, 11 cents. We'll just keep getting lower. And then my big concern is crash number 5. Crash number 5 is absolutely going to happen. It's going to happen. At this point, a lot of investors understand why these crashes are happening. They're not happening because someone got cold feet or there's a big whale or all these fake stories on the internet. It's just awful. There's market crashes because the People's Republic of China is coming in and say, don't do this. We don't want this in our country. And then suddenly it causes a crash. News causes crashes, whether it's the Federal Reserve and stocks, or inflation in stocks, or interest rate in stocks. News causes crashes. And if the People's Republic of China comes out and says another news statement, even if it's just a mild one, it's going to crash. And guess what? And this is very scary. If you are price eroding from the current levels, which are not rebounding, and you're price eroding for 2 weeks, let's do 3 weeks. That's horrible. 3 more weeks of price erosion, and then you get a crash? Lord, you're going to be very low. You're going to be very, very low. So is there a likelihood of those events happening? Absolutely. Absolutely. People's Republic of China, one statement. 2 days later, another statement. 3 weeks later, this statement. Give it 3 weeks. They'll be back. As Jim Cramer on CNBC said, they like to get their way until they get their way. And he says they generally get their way. And they want to exert their supremacy over the situation. And until they keep on smashing and people react to the smashing, then that's what's going to happen. So now here's a new thing that one analyst said on broadcast news today. I'm not going to take credit for this statement, but I like it. He said that he sees resistance levels at Bitcoin at 25,000. So there's a lot of stuff new in this recording tonight. Obviously, you're hearing tons of new stuff in tonight's recording you've never heard before on this channel because this is a whole new, we're in a whole new game plan now. If Bitcoin gets under 25,000, he says, we're going very, very low. We're going to 3,000. We're going to 10,000. We're going to 12,000 Bitcoin. He sees Bitcoin 25,000 as the resistance level. There you go. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out where he's coming from. He's looking at this. He's looking at this chart. He's taking, what is resistance level? You can do it yourself at home with a pen and paper. You put your paper or your ruler up and you draw a line across and say, hey, 32, let's go over to the other side of the mountain. Well, the next resistance was about here, 25. And what's below 25? 13. So it's very easy to do that with any coin. You just pull your mouse over and you see when was the last time that coin ran up the hill. And he's basically saying we're going down the mountain. Now, Ethereum is not so far down the mountain, but Ethereum, you know, it can go to 773. It could go to 773. Let's look at Doge. Doge is probably going to, I'm going to probably scare people with this chart, but here we go. Well, Gemini has not had Doge on its platform enough, so I can't show you the chart. Polygon, I don't even know if they've had Polygon enough on their chart. Let's see if they had. Okay, so Polygon. Yeah, look at this is very obvious. Hey, you can tell this yourself. Look how far down the mountain Polygon is. It's almost down to here. So how low can Polygon go? It can go to 70 cents and stay down there and not come back up. And won't go back to $2 like we were talking about earlier in this video because that's almost 4 weeks ago. So what's going on with the other coins? And why do those other coins give us a lot of insight? Aave was that coin which I talked about consistently throughout the crash. And I said, you know what? I think I can get 275 on Aave. And strangely, Aave is one of the coins which I'm going to go over with you that crypto is now becoming a short-term buying and selling platform. It's becoming a little bit too uneased for some people to think that they're going to hold the coin for weeks at a time. Let's look at Aave, what Aave has done in the last few hours. So Aave was 170, and it went as high as 210, 211. I mean, that's a nice return on your money right there. I mean, that's sort of obvious. But let's look at what Aave did in the last few days. It was 220. So imagine you got Aave at 170. It may go to 220 in a few days from now. And that's a beautiful run. And that's probably what you're thinking with coins going forward, is that you're not going to get Aave 500. Here's Aave 500. Most people are thinking that crypto is not going to get those levels of May, Elon Musk Saturday Night Live month numbers anymore. Aave 640, not going to happen. No one should sit back and think they're getting 640 on Aave, but you could certainly think you could get 220 or 230 or 240. And so price into the opportunity to flip at that level. There's Engine. You see the downtrending on Engine, just like Polygon. Now, AMP, we were talking about AMP on Morning's Crypto, and and I talked about AMP last night, and you remember my message was, I said I was happy, I was proud of AMP, that during these two market crashes, it held up. It didn't go to 3 cents. Well, that's what I said then. Here's the market crash. It went to 5 cents. Here where it is right now, it's at 5.5 cents. It's downtrending. It's nearly where it was on Monday's crash. And this is Tuesday evening, meaning it's looking for a bottom, meaning it could be heading to 3 cents. If AMP can't hold itself above 5, then I've lost faith in AMP as a coin, because it's not only not rebounding to pre-crash levels, but now it's going back down to where the crash level was, and it's trying to find a lower bottom. It's trying to double dip. Here you go. I don't expect to get 11 cents on AMP today, but I would like a 7 cents rebound on AMP. In fact, I talked about this during Friday's recording. I said, hey, I think I said there's going to be a crash on Sunday. I would like AMP to go like 5 cents and come back up to 11 in a few days. It's not doing that. It's heading to 4 cents. And if it does that, it could be heading to 3 cents and not going back to 11 cents. That's disappointing in AMP. Now, Decentraland went cheap. 38 cents. Here's an example of how I had warned you about a situation, and once again, not to pat myself on the back, but I really got it right. I had said to you 3 weeks ago, I liked Decentraland at 50 cents out at $1 because that's what it did. The last market crash, it went from 50 cents and then popped up to $1. But in the last week, I said I'm worried by Decentraland. Not because I don't think you can buy it at those cheap levels. I don't think you can sell it at those levels anymore. Guess what happened? Decentraland went to 39 cents, not 50 cents. And while it's up to almost 50 cents, and you may say, well, 39 cents to 55 cents, that's a nice return. I think it's about 20% in just a few hours. It is certainly not heading anywhere back to $1 anytime soon. So that was why I warned viewers, don't use those May levels as price targets. All right, so now probably the series of questions that I'm going to see in the overnight chat questions are, should I buy at? And I will be in the overnight chat to answer your questions when I can. But should I buy at? Here's my opinion. Until we really see a bottom, I don't think you should be buying anything. I don't think you should be buying anything. Whether it's Decentraland or Polygon or Engine's charts that show we're going right back down to where we were on Monday, we're heading down. If the chart looks like this, and if it looks like that for hours, then we're going right back to Monday's levels. Meaning the coin pre-crash Saturday like that and then went down to this and then came back up just a little bit and is now going back down. No, I mean, we haven't rebounded. We're going back to Monday's levels. And guess what? That's price erosion. That's trying to find the bottom. It hasn't found the bottom. It's going lower. And could we be below Monday's numbers by tonight? We could, but we're certainly not back to Saturday's levels. There is nothing that is in this market at the moment that you look at and say, wow, I wish I'd really bought because now the coins are way up. In the case of coins, stocks is always the same analysis. They get low, you buy, and then they pop up. And then you're like, I wish I didn't buy. I wish I had bought it. It popped up. They have not popped up. They've not come back. In fact, they're still hovering, into their third day at a level that's bad. Now, is there a psychology at issue that is bigger than just the charts? I think there is, but it's too hard to predict at the moment. And I don't know where it's going. People are now viewing cryptocurrency in a different mindset. It's very easy to pile on to a mentality and think that mentality and that ease of getting a return is always going to be there. I told viewers for weeks, things don't always go up. They do go down. But when they go down, you still have opportunities to buy and you still have opportunities to purchase. But a lot of people may be leaving the market because they bought Aave, they bought Doge at 36 cents because a channel told them that Doge is going to go to $1 this summer. Doge ain't going to $1 this summer. It was never going to go to $1 this summer. I said it I said it week after week, and people kept on saying it's going to $1. It's not going to $1. Aave is not going to $500. Decentraland is not going to $1. Engine is not going to $2. Polygon is not going to $2. They're not going to those levels. Bitcoin is not going to 55,000. It's just not going to do that. Will it do it in the future? Yes. So let's go over people who have positions, who are watching this video and say, I have a position. I don't know what to do. Should I buy or should I sell? Well, I don't know why you may have bought for. If you bought to hold as just a place to put your extra $200, you could have bought, IBM or Apple, but you bought whatever you bought, Cardano. A friend at a bar told you, buy Cardano, you put $200 Cardano, and now you're down 50% in your position. What should you do? If it was me, I would just hold and just not look at it because it's not going to be back to normal for a while, depending on when you bought. We all know that the highest spot was around May of this year. So if you bought around May or June, you're getting killed right at the moment. You're very low. If you buy in late June, you're okay because you haven't lost that much. If you bought in February or January, you're still perfectly fine. You're still up. And if you're in March or April, you may be almost at break even. So you're probably just going to have to look away. Now, this is what I always talk about in teaching people how to invest. That ultimately, you don't want to have that $200 in something bad, because when it's bad, you don't have that $200 to use for anything else that's good. So I may have for you tomorrow something that's wonderful for you to buy and is going up 300% every day, and you don't have that $200 available because it's stuck in something bad. That's the problem of investing. And some people say, I'll sell out the position, get into something good. It's up to you. Some people take losses because they have enough gains and other stuff. You may have enough gains in stocks that you're happy to take that loss and take that money and put it into something else. But I would not be selling yet. I would not. Now, on the buy side, I would absolutely not be buying yet. I would not be buying yet. When will we be at the bottom? And what type of bottom? There's two types of bottoms. A bottom that we just sort of, we reach it and we come back up, but we don't come back to where we were ever from Saturday ever again. We'll just be at a lower price point. We'll just be in the 1,000 range for Ethereum and in the 20,000 range for Bitcoin. We'll just be at a bottom, but at a lower price point. Or we have a bottom and we come back up to where we were on Saturday. I think it's going to be the first situation. I think we're going to be a lower range now. And then when that next market crash comes in, it's going to pummel people. It's going to pummel people, because if they did buy at those high levels, they're going to be down to 10% or 20% further down. So I want you to start focusing on buying coins that you can turn a profit in a few hours or a day. I don't want you to be thinking about, I buy Doge and in 3 months or 3 weeks or a month and a half. Those situations are too scary. And why? Because the People's Republic of China has now given those statements every 3 weeks. And guess what? In 3 weeks, there may be another statement. And I don't want you to be holding that position and not turning a profit on it. So focus more on the buying and selling aspects, which I cover on this channel daily. Focus on the opportunity to get into a coin and out of a coin in a short period of time. I didn't have time to go into the split screen, so let me do it right away, right now. There was some things that I wanted to show you on coinmarketcap.com, which are very insightful if you look at these charts today. What is the number one coin up right now? There's only one coin up on coinmarketcap.com right today, and it's BYTECON, Bytecoin, which is BCN. It's up 67% today. But it's the number one up coin. In fact, there's no coins up on CoinMarketCap in the 24 hours. But of coins that are down for the 7 days, which coin is down the most in the 7 days? Also the same coin, OMG. So it is the most down coin of the last 7 days and is the most up coin for the last 24 hours. KUSAMA is the second worst performing coin, down 52% in 7 days. What other coins are up right now? Cello's up 26%, which is good. But then of the rest of the coins, up 3%. Shows you that's 24 hours. So we're almost out of the 24 hours of when the market crashed. Remember, you got to look at your charts and you have to understand which coins are really being hit. Keep Network is still down 20%, surprisingly, on Gemini. Let's look over at the top performing coins up. Barnbridge is up 31% on Gemini, and LivePeer is up 25% at $25. But Gemini is not a coin for you to buy because it's a flat coin. It just goes up and down 3%. And with that, I think the next 24 hours is going to be really critical. We will see where we're going, whether we flatten out and stay at a low price point, which is our new bottom, a lower price range, and then I'm concerned because we'll see price erosion thereafter, or whether we'll rebound back to those Saturday levels. Normally when you rebound, it takes a lift, and we don't have that lift happening. You saw in those charts in this video that the uptick was just for a short period of time, and then it sort of faded away. Very telling. So with that, thank you for joining me on a big show. Make sure you subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, the fastest growing crypto channel there is. Next, expanding into stock coverage as well. Hit that subscribe button right now once you're part of this family. Drop your comments in the Overnight Crypto Show, and they'll be answered by me and other viewers across the board, whether it's price quotes or coins or what to do. Like this video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. I'm next back with you at 9:30 a.m. with Morning's Crypto, followed by Evening's Crypto every night at 7 o'clock, and Overnight's Crypto at 5:30. Stay informed, stay focused. Have a beautiful evening across the board. Always stay focused, always stay positive, and stay with LA for more.